Welcome to the fight game. He's Icewater, I'm Puma, and we got to talk about the fight over the weekend with Ennis and Lima. And I'm not going to share what I really thought after the fight because I kept watching. Not yet. I don't want to give it up yet. But it was an impressive win over Lima. I've never heard of Lima before. They were trying to boost him up as this fighter that was a hard nose, things of that sort. But it was a one-round knockdown or stoppage in the first round. Boots looked very impressive in Philly. Even gave his opponent cheesesteaks after the fight and thanked him for competing and all that. But the hype around this fight was that Boots Ennis is the guy, is the best in the world, and the guy that everybody needs to really get at because, according to Hearns, he's the best fighter that he's ever seen. So I saw some other fights that night. We'll talk, if you have some time, we'll talk about that later. But what are your thoughts about the fight? And then I'll give you my thoughts of what I really kind of thought of the fight.
Well, it seemed as if, and I don't want to say this too negatively, it seems as if Jaron Boots Ennis' team was very careful on who they selected for him to move up to 154 and fight. And it's not a type of procedure that a lot of people don't follow. So a lot of people do that
Yeah.
because you're moving up to one from 147 to 154. You never fight at the weight before. So you don't cherry pick, but you kind of look at a guy's style maybe, and you go, okay, well, he's big, he's strong, he's done this, he's done that. Don't know what the record is, but I think that's a guy we can fight. And not only can we fight him, but I think we can maybe perhaps outwork him and beat him because of our style. And styles make fights. So if you're a straight, come along guy that just move forward in your style, this guy's more of a boxer. Boots might be of a boxer with power. And if you never see a guy like that, his opponent lose. Think about his opponent did not knock anybody out, or you're not afraid. They think that maybe this is a safe fight. And when you're allowing your fighter to move up in weight, normally wouldn't call it a tune-up, but you get him usually provide him with a fight that you feel comfortable with, that he will win and become more comfortable in making that weight, that move up to 154.
And it looked like that. And we have a buddy, Eddie, who usually goes to bed early. And I didn't know whether he was watching the fight, but he texted me about 2:30 in the morning, which usually he's asleep. And he's like, bruh, something was fishy about that particular fight. And I was thinking it after I saw it a few times. I was thinking about it, and it's like it just didn't sit well. I'm up during that time anyway. And I'm like, I didn't want to be the one to say it, but there's somebody else who's saying it too, that it was like, it was staged to me. It was staged. I'm not going to say fixed anymore. It was staged because the way his promoter was promoting the fight, that he has to have a devastating victory and he's the best in the world and everybody's afraid to fight him, which I don't think so. There are people who wanted to fight Boots, but Boots wouldn't sign the contract. Okay. So it was almost like they were trying to take the thunder away from Crawford after Crawford's big win and say, hey, we'll fight. And I was listening to Boots Ennis, the views after the fight. He did not mention Crawford. He mentioned Charlo. He mentioned a whole lot of folks, but he did not mention Crawford. I think that's by design. I don't know if they got together. I know they're about 10 years, a 10-year age difference, but I still don't think Boots is the guy. I think Boots is about 28. Chance Crawford's like 30, 38 at this particular time. I think he's trying to either move him up to that, okay, here's the next kind of fighter that we need to look at after Canelo's gone, after Terrence Crawford's gone, after some of the older fighters are gone. This is the guy that's going to be taking over boxing, whether now he was doing that, or maybe he's trying to move into the money fights where he wants to fight a Crawford, where he wants to fight a Canelo, all these other folks, if the weight is right. Your thoughts?
That's a lot. We just do a lot out there. So let's make it plain. He moved into 154. Boots to me moved to 140. So you got he's at 147 when a lot of people were going too, right?
Yeah.
Because you're always waiting for him to get a marquee fight. So it's like, oh, I want to clean out the division. And when you really looked at his opponents, you go, well, where's that one guy? Oh, that guy moved up. You talked about Carver before. Oh, this guy moved up. Somebody moved up. So what we consider the more difficult opponents, left 154, 147, and he took them out. So now he's moving to 154, saying I'm ready for anybody. So you won that fight. Okay, great. But there are some people at 154 that are legit.
Yeah.
And now he's calling out Virgil Ortiz immediately. He wants Virgil Ortiz next. And I think that they believe that Boots has a style that will be far superior than Virgil Ortiz. Because we've seen Virgil Ortiz since he moved up in a couple controversial decisions. He didn't look like he was the most dominant guy out there. And I think Boots thinks he can get him. But when you start calling out these names, and I know your favorite Charlo, again, like I said, you love him or hate him. At 154, he's a problem, or he has been before. When you moved up, you couldn't do what Crawford did. I get you that. I give you that. But at 154, he can be a problem. Because when his mind is right, he can fight. Then you say you want to fight Fundora. I think that's another problem for Boots. Because
Yeah.
so Fundora has improved. I think if he does fight Keith Thurman, he will destroy Keith Thurman. He gonna send him out the pasture because Fundora's gotten better. We talked about the style. Quit trying to bang with everybody. Now he has a nice little jab. He's crisp with his jab. He has a nice style, and he's a problem. Now, of course, you call out Xander Zane.
Yeah.
Xander, I don't think is really proven. I think that's an easy fight for you. So all these fights are there for you on 154. I am glad that Boots is stepping up and calling out these people because you say you're one of the top guys, Philadelphia, all that. Let's find out. And one last thing I'm gonna say about this particular situation with Boots Ennis. Don't ever get this twisted. Terence Crawford said it for you. He said Boots had the opportunity to fight him before at a lower weight when he could have became Terence Crawford's mandatory. He chose not to. So everybody said, well, you don't really want to come down and fight Boots. Terence Crawford said before, I'm not coming below 160. I'm not coming below 160. So the memo is this. It's pretty clear. Y'all listening? Boots, handle your business at 154. You want to see Terence Crawford? He at 160. Come see him at 160. He will fight you at 160. You ain't got to try to come to 168. He will meet you at 160. So all I'm saying is you can do what you want to. You are proving that you're a great fighter. You got a lot of things that you options at 154 to actually consider. But if you dare to be great, as they say around the neighborhood, handle 154 and bring it on 160. And let's see what you do with Bud. The choice is yours.
Yeah, I'm looking at the people he fought, and I'm like, nobody really kind of stands out that he considered the best ever that ever stepped in the ring. So it's a lot of fluff to the promotion, and it just struck me kind of different when I saw the fight. Like, okay, because I think I texted you and like, damn, okay, that was the first round knockout. But then I started watching it over and over again. And then after the fight, his promoter and what they said before the fight, and then after the fight, I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. And it just didn't sit right in my soul that this guy, it just did. I'm like, well, maybe this was kind of staged in a way to kind of put him out there so the boxing world will be talking about him. And now he can get more money because I don't know what the pay-per-view numbers were with that fight that he just had, but he ain't nowhere near top tier where people have to see the fight and pay for the fight.
I agree with that 100%. But that's Eddie Hearn's job. That's his job to pump that guy up. So I think there was a great thing for them to make all those calls out to 154. Now let's secure one of those fights. I really want to see Virgil Ortiz, but I think that they look at Virgil Ortiz and when Virgil Ortiz moves up in weight, they think that he's going to maybe not be as powerful or much as a problem or a challenge for Boots Ennis. So that's why they're excited about it. At a lower weight, maybe 147, that's a whole different fight. But at 154, because Boots is saying, oh, I feel great here now. I think they can take down Ortiz quickly. Then you're probably looking at Charlo, saying Charlo's been so inactive that he's getting older. They really don't have to worry about him. He just go down the line. But eventually, maybe, as you said, And you better hurry up though. But then if you take one or two of these guys down, maybe you can get Crawford before he turned 40.
I don't think it's gonna happen. To be honest with you,
I mean, but if that's what you want, that's the thing. At 160,
that either.
I think Crawford would stick around. I believe this because he showed me he's capable with Canelo, and I said again, I think the way that Crawford, as we said before, handled Canelo, I think his team is a lot more IQ aware than a lot of people think. Because as I said, people thought he was gonna try to go in there and bang with Canelo. Why would you? Your job is to win the fight by any means necessary, which is what he did. And I think that now, because I think if Boots wins one or two fights at 154, it could be a big money fight with Crawford at 160. And I think with Turkey, because I think Turkey tried to make it happen before. Turkey Al Sheikh tried to make it before. He has the money. Put the money up, and it's not going to be a problem. Question is, when you come to 160, I think it's going to be a big fight. I think the way the Crawford goes, it's like, you want to bring him in here? Bring him on at 160. Give me the 100 mil, though. Give me the 100 mil. I'll fight it.
But based
I
on
think Tim, yeah.
what his record is against fighters, I mean, like I said, none of the names stand out. At 147, where he's been fighting, his record doesn't. Well, maybe Crawford could get to 100 million and had that split like the Canelo split. Like I'm gonna get the lion's share of this, and then you get whatever you get because I'm the show. I'm the card now. I'm the guy.
He's A. He's A side, right?
Yeah,
But let's keep it 100 though. You just said something very important. For a while, weren't people saying the same thing about Crawford?
yeah,
Who has he fought?
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So I mean, I understand the rhetoric behind it, but they're saying that about Crawford for a long time. Because Crawford said it's not my fault. I wanted the Pacquiao fight. He's been underpaid for the longest time. Like I told you before, Bob Arum and Top Rank, they basically shielded him or held on to him. I wouldn't say shielded, they blocked him from getting the big fights. He didn't make real money until he took that step over to PBC to fight Errol Spence. And the fact that he got $10 million or whatever, I don't know what he got against Canelo. I hope he got some decent money. If he did not, it's a crime.
yeah. He's Icewater. I'm Puma. And before I go, gotta say Guido, the heavyweight Guido. We're gonna talk about him in some other future shows. Guido calling out Anthony Joshua. Guido.
Can I say one thing before we go?
Yeah.
What's that other fight he was? Was it Zane?
Yeah. I know I was on Zane for a while.
So look, Guido versus Zane. Yeah. Guido, Zane.
Italy versus China. I like that. Okay. He's Icewater. I'm Puma, and this is the fight.